Bro, why y'all ain't pick my brother up, bro? Can y'all answer my brother up, bro? Come on, bro. Why y'all ain't pick my brother up, bro? Man, bro,
why ain't having that out here?
Bro,
and I get you're upset.
Bro, my brother just died. They time about taking me to jail. Man, my brother been laying here for 30 minutes already, bro. Y'all still got my brother laying, but y'all still got my brother right there, bro.
Approximately 11:30 last night, we received a complaint of the parking out on Highway 380. Deputies arrived, and there was a number of vehicles out on Highway 380. And as they went down to the party venue building to contact people, about 15 minutes after they arrived, gunshots broke out.
He been laying there for like 45 minutes straight. He's still making a
thing to try to find out who did all this.
Man, who did it? Take my nigga to the hospital, bro.
They're working on it.
Bro, man, bro, come on, fam.
Back that over here.
Oh,
Back everybody off over here.
they got my brother, bro. They got my brother laying down, bro. Bro, they got my brother laying, bro.
There was chaos here. Shots fired, 2 dead, a dozen hurt at the party venue outside Greenville.
Bro, they shot my brother in my face, bro. Come on, bro. On my soul, bro. Wake up, bro. Bro, hell nah, fam.
What's up? It's iCkEdMeL. How you doing? And this story is just crazy. It's all over the place. I didn't even know how to cover it. I'm just like all over with this. Okay, there was a shooting in Greenville, Texas, another area of Texas I've never heard of before. 2 people are deceased. Multiple people were shot. The 2 people that are deceased is Kevin Barry Jr. of Dallas and Byron Craven of Arlington. Now, this whole situation is nuts because after this incident happened, right? And I'm going to tell you a personal story of mine when I realized right at the last year of high school that I needed to get away from a lot of these people because a lot of these people and a lot of these events always had some drama going on. So I'll save my personal story for the end of this video. Barry's mother stated that Barry was a father of 2 and was expecting another child. So I really feel sorry for those kids that are gonna have to grow up without a father. At the beginning of this video, you see clips of the victim's brother visibly upset because, well, he said he was live streaming because his brother was there deceased on the floor for over 40-something minutes and they still hadn't taken him out or taken him to the hospital.
Bro, nah, bro, look at these white folks just chilling. I got my phone, bro. But these white folks just chilling. My brother in there, nigga. I know, chill. What you mean, chill? Hey, but y'all see these people right here, fam? They just right there talking. But my brother in that building laying down, dead. But my brother gone. Bro, where's wake up, bro? Where's wake up, bro? Please, bro. Bro, where's wake up, bro? Pick him up, bro. Bro, man, pick up my brother, bro.
I felt bad for this guy, like having to see his brother like that, like laying on the floor. I mean, I couldn't imagine how I would act. I can totally understand why he recorded this because sometimes that might be all you have is video footage in court. You know, if they later have to do a lawsuit or anything like that, they can refer back to this video if his family wants to do any kind of action to the city or whatever. But anyway, this whole thing just gets crazier, right? Because there was a guy that was arrested. His name was Brandon Gonzales. And here's the other thing that, like, some people, you'd be surprised on Facebook, people with public profiles admitting to what they're doing or like putting things out there. You'd be surprised with all the things that people post publicly. So a lot of people are saying that Brandon is innocent. But it says here the arrest warrant for law enforcement says they found a public Facebook post 20 minutes after the shooting that tagged Gonzalez's Facebook account, "Get all my respect, explicative, everybody else."
We are confident in the investigation that was conducted by our investigators, Texas Rangers, and the Department of Public Safety Criminal Investigations Division, and we believe that we have the right person.
100%?
100%, without a doubt.
Now, before I get too ahead of myself, I'm not saying that Brandon did this because I'm going to show you some more clips where a lot of people are saying that he didn't.
Multiple friends, family members, and people who say they were at the party are posting publicly on social media that Gonzales didn't do it.
But the police are saying it's 100% that he did.
100%, without
without a doubt.
There's multiple witnesses.
The arrest affidavit says a confidential witness saw Gonzales in a dice game in the bathroom of the party venue. And seconds later, that witness says Gonzales pulled a gun from his waist and started shooting.
After the shooting took place, where the two people were deceased, at Barry's vigil, there was another shooting. It's reported, and rumors that I heard is that they were actually trying to get the person that started the shooting in the first place, that person was at the vigil. This is the day and age that we're in, that people have no kind of respect for nothing. You can go to a vigil, you can go to a funeral, and that place will get shot up. According to reports, nobody was injured. There was at least one vehicle struck with multiple bullets as vigil goers ran for cover. Now, Brandon is speaking from prison, and he's saying he didn't do it, which to me, this is kind of interesting, because most of the time these people don't speak, especially if you're guilty. Most of the time they don't speak. It doesn't mean that he's innocent, but it is odd. And this is a tactic that I think that Darian should have took instead of staying quiet, because at the end of the day, it's not these people in the court. It's a peer of your community. It's going to be the jury that decides. So while you're standing quiet in your jail cell, cowering and not saying nothing, and I guess you're guilty because you're a coward and not saying anything else, and your lawyer's telling you to be quiet, this guy Brandon, he's saying from prison and jail that he didn't do it.
I'm just lost for words, because I really didn't do it. I don't even know the guy who got killed.
In a jailhouse interview, shooting suspect Brandon Gonzales told WFAA's Jason Whiteley he was innocent.
By the way, when I'm saying Darian, I'm talking about Darian Vance from the Malia Davis case, and the whole cowering situation. I'm talking about the fact that he's been quiet, and I'm sure that's his lawyer advising him that. And his lawyer looks like a coward too, because when they questioned him on video, he didn't want to say anything. And maybe this is a strategy, but like I said, it's a jury of your peers that's going to judge you, and everybody already has an idea of this case or a feeling towards it. So by him staying quiet, to me, it just doesn't look good, because as more and more revelations come out with the asphyxiation, it just looks worse for you. Anyway, I'm getting too sidetracked. Let me try to keep it together, Melvin. Pull it together. Now, Brandon, his brother, spoke out.
And his brother says there's no way.
They got the wrong person.
Whenever the shooting was going on, I was outside in the car, and I had witnesses to that.
This is why you got to be careful when you talk to the media, because Brandon is saying that, and this is maybe to Darian's defense, maybe why his lawyer doesn't want him speaking. Brandon says that he was outside when the shooting happened, though his brother is saying that he was inside, as multiple witnesses are saying that he was inside. He was inside the bathroom. When he came out, he started pointing the gun at people's heads. This was targeted. Once the first person was shot and killed, that he started shooting randomly at other people. And I hear that this might have been a tactic to throw off the police, to make them think this was a random shooting.
While Brandon Gonzales claims he was not inside when the shooting happened, his brother told us Gonzales was inside.
When they heard the shots, him and his friends that he was with got out as fast as they could.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about the vigil, show you some more clips. There was a guy that was arrested for eluding police after this vigil shooting happened, because witnesses described the Toyota, and there was a Toyota that was fleeing the scene.
And this is video recorded at the scene. People hid behind their cars. No injuries were reported, but multiple vehicles were hit.
You know the saying, it takes a community to raise a child? What an ironic saying, huh? When it's that very same community that will kill your child.
The Garcia family, who lives nearby, says one of the bullets actually went through their window.
My brother was going through the hallway, and he almost got shot in the head. It was loud, like really loud. Then I just went down and laid down, and it was scary.
The last couple of clips that I want to show you is from the brother of the deceased person at this party. I feel bad for this guy, man. I feel bad because I guess it happened right in front of him. And he describes at one point that he could see the flames from the gun, like the smoke and stuff.
Oh, no, he had a handgun, bro. I see the fucking flames coming from the gun. My brother dropped. My brother calling for his life, bro.
At another point, he describes that his brother was trying to say his last words to him, and he couldn't. Like, that's got to be so traumatizing, man.
I watched my brother die, bro. I watched my brother die, bro. My brother, he was trying to tell me something, bro. My brother was trying to tell me something, but he couldn't get his words out, bro. Bro, he was trying to talk to me before he died, bro. Bro, he couldn't get his words out, bro. Blood, bro. Hell no, fam. Bro, they took my brother, bro.
Regardless of whatever lifestyle, whatever these people may have been in, you know, because they were carrying and going to parties and carrying. At another point, too, he describes that his brother's actually the one that told him to not bring his gun inside.
Bro, he didn't want to tell me don't bring my gun in that bitch, bro. I'm listening to my brother, but look where they got him. He dead, bro. My brother dead because he told me don't bring my gun in the... Man, come on, bro.
So we're at the end of the video, and I want to share some of my thoughts, the story. I mean, what I thought about and what I think about this person that lost his brother. I hope that he doesn't continue this, you know, to try to retaliate, because, and I mean, this is me looking from the outside. I have no idea what that feels like. I can only imagine seeing your loved one there, you know, and you want to, but I believe that this guy's the brother of Kevin Berry. I could be wrong. He might be the brother of the other one, but from everything I've been reading, I believe this is Kevin Berry's brother, and Kevin Berry has 2 kids and 1 on the way. I really feel, man, that those kids, if I'm saying this correctly, if I'm not, I'm sorry. I believe those kids are going to need somebody, man. They're going to need somebody in their life, a male figure. You know, I hope you can fix, if you're going through stuff or whatever kind of situations you're in, I hope you can maybe fix that and overcome, because those kids are really going to need some male figure. You know, this is the whole thing where I like to call it a fatherless society. You know, it's really a shame when I think about those kids. Even in Joshua Brown's situation, he had kids too, you know. So the story that I wanted to share about, when I first came here to South Florida, I met a group of people. This was like a little bit in 2001. This was way before my daughter was born, way before my father's situation. I came here to South Florida. I met a group of people, cool guys. We used to hang out, and I'm going to keep this brief because I've told this story many times, but the last time I hung out with these guys in a large group like that, we went to this club. So basically what happened is a friend of mine bumped into a chick or her boyfriend, a drink spilled. You know, that whole typical hip hop egotistical situation where you step on somebody's sneaker? Well, this was somebody's drink. That whole thing ensued where, oh, meet me outside, catch me outside. So we were like a clique. So we went outside. You have to go. This is how it goes when you're younger and all that stuff. When you're in these little groups, you have to go, or else you're outcasted or whatever. So we went out there, and it took them a long time to come out. Apparently, they were a group from a college, from a fraternity. They were going around the whole club, gathering all their people. They outnumbered us 2-1. The one guy in our group that was being peaceful and trying to like walk in between us and trying to stop everything, he's the first one to get knocked out and hit. The guy in our group that was everybody looked upon, this is how you got to be careful with the people you surround yourself with, because sometimes the loudest people, the ones that you think are like down for you, oh man, he's so cool, he's got a nice car, are the first people to cower and run. That guy, he was nowhere to be seen. He dipped out. So it was just me and a couple of my friends, and you know, that guy, the first guy that got knocked out, I went in and helped him. I got some guy off of him. I got into a little bit of a fight. The fight was over pretty fast because cops were there. And the people that you think will have your back are not going to have your back. You'd be surprised, right? So that whole situation happens. We leave, right? We get into the car. We start driving back to our neighborhood. When I'm in the car, the whole situation started because this whole guy bumped into somebody. He could have said sorry. All he had to do was say sorry, something like that. Everything would have been done. But when you're in these situations, it just doesn't happen like that. In these hip hop, young generation situations, it's all about ego. That guy, his cousin, the guy that bumped into somebody and knocked their drink over, his cousin was in the car with us when we were driving back to the neighborhood. I said the hood. And he was like, yo, I want to get a gun, man. I'm going to go get my gun. I'm going to get my gun and take me back. And I was like, yo, take me home. Take me home. Over a drink, this guy was willing to get his gun. That's how crazy these situations can get. And that was the last time when I was like, I gotta get away from these people, man. And it was just a click. I can't imagine if you're in that like gang or whatever kind of lifestyle. I was never into that. And what I realized too, you know how they say birds of a feather flock together? A lot of times there were some really cool people in that group that I was with. One of my guy that I became best friends with, he passed away from sickle cell. He didn't go out that night, but he heard about the story because everybody the next day was like, yo, Mel, oh my God. I didn't even do much. I just didn't run away like a coward, and I helped the guy on the floor. But he was like, yo, Mel, I heard your story. He didn't go, but there were some really good people that was mixing with these people and I don't even think that these people that I was with are bad, like inside or bad, but they're into that kind of lifestyle of drama and fighting and, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. You can easily get pulled into a really bad situation, and maybe that's what happened with the other person at this club that got randomly shot, you can easily just be hanging out with your friends and you get involved into a whole nasty situation. Here's something else that I learned when I first came here to Florida with that whole clubbing situation, is hip hop stuff. And that's why I really stopped going to those clubs, man, because it's all about guys there not even having fun. A big huge clique of guys. I mean, you're supposed to be there for fun, dancing, meeting women. No, my friends were on one side of the wall with their drinks, and then you have the ops, as they call it, or the other people, or the other guys on the other side of the wall. They're just there standing, drinking, and just looking at each other, just eyeing each other. And then you got the hip hop thing in the background. Yo, kill, 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 beef, beef, beef. You know what I'm saying? A lifestyle that most of these rappers aren't even living, and that's egging you on. That was my observations. I observed that every time, and this is younger, you know, maybe in the older generation, hip hop stuff is not like that. But this was back in the day, 2001, when I was a lot younger, before that whole situation with my father and, you know, way before my daughter. Every time I went out to the club with these people, it was some drama. It was some drama, some sort of fight, even at their own. I didn't go to their school. But most of the people were from the school around where we were at the time. So anytime something happens, sort of, yo, this is going on, you got to get in the car, you got to load up. It was just crazy. And for what? So that was my experience when I first came to Florida. And after that, and I stopped hanging out and going out to the club with those people. There was a few people that were really cool, and I still hung out with them, but not at the club. Then I started going my own way, and a couple of times I went to like some house places, like house music, raves and stuff like that. It's such a completely different environment. You know, I don't know if it's just like an age thing or like a hip hop thing. I would probably never ever go to one of those things again, ever. Like seriously, it's just so much just drama for what? You know what I'm saying? Over a drink or stepped on shoe. The last thing that I want to say is thank you to Alicia. She gave me a bunch of links and articles and video footage and everything. She's on Facebook helping me out. Thank you for that information. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. The link is in the description of this video below. I need 10,000 followers, so follow me there. The other thing about Alicia that I wanted to mention is that she's pretty dope. I think we disagree on a couple of things. We've disagreed before, but there was one time when I was dealing with the Malia Davis scammer situation where there was like this private group, and she didn't know, but somebody else took a screenshot of her message on there, and she was defending me. Somebody was lying on me about the shirts and donations or something like that, completely making false lies on me. So I really appreciate that she stuck up for me, even though she hadn't even spoken to me about it yet. She was still giving me the benefit of the doubt, and coming from a place where so many people doubt you, even your own family, I really appreciate that. And that's why I made that video where I completely obliterated the person that was lying on me. I don't have time to make videos on every single person that does that, but I took the time because I appreciated her defending me, and that person ended up apologizing. So, and reporting the post and getting it taken down on Facebook. So, but thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, that subscribe button. Take care of yourselves, and peace. You know, I think just sharing that story, when you're young, you get so caught up in all these different things, and your perspective and your perception changes as you get older. So I remember that, like being young and going out to little clubs here and there at that age, and it's like all this, your testosterone's going crazy, and plus you have that group mentality kind of thing, and you get involved in situations that you normally wouldn't be involved. I mean, I'm not speaking for these guys, but I'm just saying a lot of times people that aren't in that lifestyle have friends in that lifestyle, and you're just hanging out having a good time, and you can easily get wrapped up in a situation that you have nothing to do with. So, and I don't know who shot this guy. I have no idea. Brandon saying he didn't do it. A lot of people saying he didn't do it. There's a lot of other people and witnesses saying that he did. There's a whole discrepancy with the whole, he was wearing a blue hoodie. And then somebody else is saying, but he had on a black hoodie or something like that. That venue was really dark, so they could have easily mistakenly, whatever with the hoodie. They could have described it as blue or black or whatever. So anyway, take care of yourselves and peace.
I see